morning, y'all. Hey, everybody. How we doing? My name is Jordan, and this is a MyMovementality production. Thank you so much for joining me for this movement mobility flow. So this class is all about getting into the sticky icky, loosening up, oiling all those joints, getting yourself just feeling really, really great. So let's get started. If you'd like to grab a mat, now would be a perfect time to do so. We're actually going to start on the ground, and the focus of this class, we're going to be moving through individual body parts and all of our joints, and by the end of this, you're going to feel like $1,000,000, okay? So let's get going. So we're going to go ahead and start on the mat. And we'll just go ahead and have a little. First, we're going to focus on the head. Keep the breath moving in and out. One more. And reverse to the other side. One more. Nice, go. And then step to the side. And switch. And switch. Switch. A little faster, here we go. Side. Keep that breath moving. Up and down, go up. And down. Keeping your shoulders back, up. And down. A little faster, go up, down. Awesome, now we're gonna take your ear to your shoulder. Keeping that shoulder pressed down, switch. Keep the breath moving. A little faster. Couple more like this. Awesome, we're just gonna take gently, hands behind your head, gently pulling your chin towards your chest, keeping your shoulders back and down. Now we're going to go to the side. So when you keep the shoulder down, but you're going to gently pull your ear towards your shoulder. And let's switch and go the other way. Very nice. All right, so now let's take those fingers, and I want you to warm up those jazz hands. That's right, warm up those jazz hands. If you don't know what jazz hands are, you're gonna shake your fingers. So you're just wiggling your fingers. Oh yeah. A little shake, nice. Now we're gonna work through each joint in your fingers. So whatever that means to you, whatever that looks like, could be scary movie vibes, whatever feels good to you, but you're just working through all of these joints, moving everything around, loosening everything up, getting rid of any tightness. Yeah, rolling those wrists out. And let's roll the other way. And again, roll it out. Keeping the breath moving. And switch, go the other direction. Nice, we're gonna reach one arm up and then reach the other arm up. So even though we're in a seated position, I just want you to really elongate everything in your side as much as you can. Keep the breath moving. That's it. Now we're going to take it over to the side. Really lean. If you can, let's reach this elbow, this bottom elbow towards the floor. And we're just going to reach over and elongate everything in our side all the way down. And switch up and over. Really elongating everything from the floor out through your fingertips. And let's go again. Big breath. Now this time I want you to walk it forward. Hang out here for just a minute. And let's roll it up. I'm going to take it over. Walk it to the front now. Roll it up. Now I've had my left leg in front. I'm actually going to switch now just to switch it up. I like to have things nice and even. So you're going to do a modern move from the Martha Graham style. And I really like this because it warms up your core and it deals a lot with contraction, which is engaging your lower abs and pulling your belly button through your stomach. It's really useful to ab strength and everything like that. So I'm actually going to face the side so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to sit up really nice and tall and I'm going to do what's called a contraction. So when I contract, it's right here. It's that moment when you're playing dodgeball and you get hit in the stomach and it's like, ooh, kind of like that moment, only this one doesn't hurt, okay? So you're gonna exhale. What you don't wanna do is use your shoulders and all of this. We wanna go from your core, from right here, good. Contract, and then we're gonna roll it over. So you notice I'm holding this contraction and I've still got my shoulders back and down. They're not forward like this. So I'm still holding that contraction. Then I'm gonna flatten my back, nice and straight, and then I'm gonna bring it up. So let's go again. We're gonna contract and we're gonna round it over. Now flatten that back and bring it up. Good, again, contract and over and flat and up. Again, contract, over, and lengthen, and up. So contract here, round it over, feel that stretch really through your lower back, middle back, and then grow out through the top of your head, and up. Again, contract, and down, and out, and up. Now let's reverse it. So we're gonna go flat back forward, you're gonna contract and round, then you're gonna just roll to sit back on it, and straighten up, growing out through the top of your head. Over, contract, roll back, and up, and over, contract, roll back, and over. A couple more, contract, and roll it back, up, one more, over, contract. Nice job, everybody, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna bring it back to the front now. And let's just focus on some shoulders. Just using that breath, working through your full range of motion, whatever you've got. If you need to go slower than what I'm doing, go for it. You listen to your body, you do you, and you're perfect. And switch, let's go to the front. Big circles this time. We're going to take big arms all the way around, really working through your full range of motion once again, and reverse to the front. Nice. Stop with those arms out. Now we're going to do some circles, but we're initiating this movement from your elbows, okay? So I want you to try to keep from your elbows to your shoulders still. That's the tricky part. And you're going to circle. So we're going to go this direction first. We're going to go circle and stop and circle. This is also happens to be a killer arm workout. And circle, stop, circle, stop, a little faster go, and circle, circle. Keep the breath going. Sitting up nice and tall, rolling your shoulders back and down. Couple more like this, then we're gonna reverse that. Ooh, yeah, you're feeling those arms done. It's good for us. And switch, other way. And good. Breathe through it. Shoulders back and down. Yeah. Nice, everybody. Give yourself a hug. Tell yourself how much you love yourself, because it's maybe been a little while since you've done that. And let's stretch this arm across, keeping the shoulder down. Breathing through it. And switch, other arm through. And switch. So this time we're going to take this arm back. I'm going to grab this elbow. I'm reaching like so. Just face the back for this one, like this. And I'm pulling down, so my palm is towards my body. And if you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can take a tiny lean while you do this. And let's switch and do the other arm. And if you'd like a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can take it over. Very nice. All right, y'all. So let's take it to all fours. Okay, we're gonna do a little cat-cow action to continue warming up your core, which is the center of everything that you do, which is also so important. And for many of us, is also that problem area that we feel is the first place we gain weight and the last place we lose it. Okay, so let's do some core work. So I'm gonna keep my elbows slightly bent. I have my elbows hyperextend, so I try to not keep them fully locked because they look crazy, but also I want to protect my joints. And I'm getting a better arm workout if I leave a slight bend in my elbows. So my wrists are underneath my shoulders, my back is super nice and flat. We're gonna do a little cat-cow action. I'm sure you know what this is. If you don't, we're just gonna take your belly towards the floor and you're tipping your tailbone and your chin to touch your tailbone to your forehead. And then you're gonna exhale and you lift everything. So again, this would be an example of a contraction. You really want to try to make the middle of your back be the tallest part. So you're really hollowing out here. And let's go again. Breathe in. And exhale. And breathe in. Exhale. And in. So this time you're going to breathe in to this position. And I like to wiggle back and forth. So I'm holding this position, but I'm moving very slowly, but I'm contracting in my side now, in my obliques, and I'm bringing my shoulder as if I'm trying to touch my shoulder to my butt cheek. Boom, this way. Holding that position. So I'm just doing a little wiggle from side to side. And now I'm gonna come back to neutral. Now let's do that same little wiggle here in a neutral position. So this also happens to be a really great oblique workout if you're doing it correctly, and if you're initiating the move by contracting your obliques to bring your shoulder and your hip together. Just wiggling it out. All right, now we're going to take it to this position. So we're gonna wiggle it. So we've hollowed out our stomach, and you're doing that little contraction from side to side. What we're doing here is just really exploring all of our motion through every range, through every position possible. Nice, and now bring it back to parallel neutral. And we're just gonna do some circles through here. So you're gonna find one direction, whatever works for you, and you're just gonna do a full circle and repeat. So we're moving through those positions that we just did. So moving through the cat-cow, but really working that torso. You're gonna feel some movement in your hips and your shoulders, that's normal. If you wanna add a head roll, you can. I feel like I went the wrong way with that head roll, but that's okay. So, and then we're gonna go the other way. So pick a direction and circle. Yeah, now we're gonna go back the other way. And we're just gonna use more of our arms with this movement. So what I'm doing is when I drop my tummy low, I'm bending my arms. And it's almost as if you're doing a push-up. So you're getting more of an arm workout here too, but you're just moving more through that position, getting deeper into that. Keep your breath going, yes. And let's reverse it, go the other way. Very nice, everybody. Okay, so now we're gonna take it onto our backside, and we'll do a few things here. How you guys feeling? You doing okay? We're gonna start here with your back pressed into the ground. And for me, this is a position that feels so great on its own, just because I have a tendency to sway my lower back, and just even pressing, just the intention of pressing all of my spine into the floor gives me this really nice compression that actually decompresses my back. It feels real nice. So I want you to focus on keeping your spine pressed into the ground, and let's bring these knees into your chest. So everything is nice and flat on the ground, including your shoulders. They're not coming up, they're back and down. And I'm pulling my knees towards the floor on either side of my hips. And while we're here, I want you to take your feet, and we're gonna do full circles with our ankles. So you're drawing circles with those toes. Keep the breath going, and let's reverse it. So we're warming up the feet, we're warming up the ankles and those lower legs. You may hear some snap, crackle, pops here. I definitely do. I've been dancing for lots of years, and I have lots of those. But as long as you don't feel pain, you're good. You're working out some kinks, you're working out some things. And one more set. If you're feeling a burn in your lower legs or in your ankles, that is a good thing. That means that you are strengthening those areas. If you need to take a break, go for it as well. All right, so now we're gonna do circles with our knees, which is actually your hips. So you're drawing circles with your knees, which means that I'm circling in my hips. So what I'm doing here is going knees in, knees open, toes together, knees together. Up, open, feet, knees, and repeat. So the tricky part here is keeping your lower back pressed into the floor as you go down. So just try to maintain that spine right there. Keep the breath going. A few more of these. And let's reverse it. Go open, knees together, and down. And open, knees together, and down. A few more, keep breathing. I just want you to stop right here with your toes touching. And you're gonna just let your knees fall open, okay? Keep your lower back pressed into the ground. And just relax here. This is not a super stretch. You don't need to push down on your legs. I just want you to allow your hips to open up a little bit naturally. Let gravity do that work for you. And breathe. Let's bring those feet to the floor. And I'm going to have you push, so you're going to roll up, roll all the way up. So I like this. This feels really nice on the hips. It's also a good exercise. And we're going to raise the heels up. And now you can bring those heels down if you'd like. And we're just gonna walk our feet underneath our hips, okay? Just be gentle with yourself. But in this position, lots of times in yoga, they'll have you put your feet on the floor, but your feet will be on the outsides. I'll just show you. Your feet will be on the outsides of your knees like this. And I know for some people that can cause knee issues and knee pain. I like this one. I find that a lot of people that I work with, this is easier. Most of them can do this and they don't feel pain in their knees. So by walking your feet underneath your hips, you're really elongating and stretching through the fronts of your hips, as well as through your quads. And it feels oh so good. Okay, let's bring it back down. Pressing that back into the ground. Bring your knees up. Go ahead and separate your knees and just grab your ankles. So you're grabbing on the inside. And what's happening here is that I'm completely relaxed, but the weight of my arms on my legs is giving me just a gentle little opening in my hips. Flex those feet, and we're going to grab for the bottoms of our feet. Now, I know for some of you, this can be a little bit challenging. I just want you to do your best. I know tight hamstrings can be a really, really tricky thing, but do your best. This is why we're pedaling this out. So you're gonna try to grab for the bottoms of your feet. If you don't have the bottoms of your feet, you can grab closer up to your knees. That way you can still do this exercise. If you're not quite there, that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to pedal through these. So we're going to bend one and straighten one. So I'm just holding on, and the reason that I'm holding on is because I'm still able to pull down towards the ground while I'm moving through my hamstrings. So just a gentle pull, nothing crazy. Keep breathing. Keep your shoulders on the floor. Now what I'm going to do ever so slowly is take my feet from being straight up to being open in seconds. So I'm still doing the same thing. I'm bending one and straightening the other, and I'm going really, really slowly. Really, really slowly. Just to open this up to this position. And I'm going to stay here for a minute. So bending one and straightening the other. So if I were to let go and have both legs straight, I'd be in like a straddle in the middle split. But we're just working on one at a time. Now I'm going to bring it back up. Nice. Let's do one more set of those. We're going to walk back down. Keep breathing. Bring it back up. Nice, and let's take a little pull, pushing those knees straight. Awesome. So for this next one, we're gonna go ahead and bring our feet up over our heads, so into a little candlestick position. Be careful with this one. Just take your time. And we're gonna take it over this way. So you're taking it back back behind you, holding in this position. You can bend your knees, you can straighten your knees. If you're already here, work on putting your heels on the floor behind you. And now what you can do next is bend those knees slightly to one side of your head and then to the other side. And again, be careful with this. So you notice I'm bracing myself here, bending to one side, bending to the other side. And I'm gonna look to one side and the other side. You can even walk a little bit farther to one side. And again, just depending on your level, where you're at, what feels good for you, just listen to your body. Nice, and let's bring it down. Very good, everybody. So nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and, whew. Oh, right, let's go ahead and take it. We're just gonna do a real quick, I would consider it an exercise, but I find it really helps with mobility, okay? So we're gonna Superman everything up, and we're gonna circle arms and legs one direction. And now reverse and go the other direction. Nice and relax. Good, let's push back on it. So this time we're going to separate those knees just a tiny bit, just to let your back rest from what we just did. Nice, and I'm gonna tuck those toes. And send my heels towards the floor, send my hips up to the sky. And we're gonna do a little down dog action, okay? So you'll know what this position is. If you don't, just flat back, pushing your shoulders back towards your heels, and I'm gonna pedal my legs out here. Let's take one leg up to the ceiling. So you want to keep your hips where they are, so they're facing the floor. And I'm going to bend this leg and straighten this leg. Nice. Now you're going to turn those hips. So open that hip. We're going to stack them now. So what I've done is turn my hips from my both hip bones facing the floor to both hip bones facing the front. And now I'm going to bend this leg. I'm going to push my hips forward and send it behind me. If you want to straighten this leg, you can. I'm going to bring it back up. I'm going to shift my hips down. And I'm going to place that leg on the ground. Let's do one more. We're going to do the other side. You guys are doing great. Take this other leg all the way up, so hips stay facing the ground. Just really stretch. This is if you're in your split right now. I'm gonna bend this leg and straighten. Now I'm gonna open those hips up. So instead of my hips facing the ground, they're gonna face the side. Bend this leg and push my hips forward and my foot back. And if you want to straighten that leg, you can. I'm going to bring it back up. Turn those hips and bring that leg down. Awesome. Let's walk your feet to your hands. Keep those knees bent. And we're just going to pedal out. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Shake your head, yes. And no. Nice, open those legs up. Wide second. So we're gonna bend one leg while we straighten the other. I'm keeping my knees parallel to the front. So we bend and switch. And switch. Nice, everybody. Okay, so let me show you a little bit more what I'm doing now. I'm gonna go all the way over, and when I bend, I'm actually raising this hip now. So what I'm doing is, by shifting my hips like this, so I'm shifting this hip up, I'm feeling more of a pull on the inside of this leg, so I'm really stretching out my inner thigh and through this hip, and then I'm gonna go the other way, so I'm gonna raise that other hip up, and then I'm gonna bend. And keep going. Remember to breathe. Now we're going to stop in the middle. Let's take it over to one side. I'm going to reach this other arm up and over. Take it over the other direction, all the way over. And we're going to take this back arm and spiral up and over. Awesome, let's bend those knees and roll it up, and as you roll up, give it a little wiggle. Nice, everybody. So that's gonna complete our floor work. Let's do a couple more things here. All right, so we are going to work on our feet and warming up our legs a little bit more. So we're gonna go up on our toes and down, and up, down, up, down. So I'm just lifting my heels up, focusing on going as high up as I can and having nice, strong ankles. We don't want to wobble. That's where we run the risk of injury. So we want to keep your booty tight. Keep the breath going. Nice, everybody. Two more, here we go. Up. Nice, let's widen those legs. We're gonna breathe up. And take it down. And up. And down. Up. Knees out over those toes. And up. And down. Let's go a little faster. Here we go. Up. Down. Nice, everybody reach to the side, so you're gonna stretch this other leg and bring it through the middle and stretch the other leg and reach, 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 nice, and reach, reach, very nice, everybody. So I'm gonna face the side so you can see this next one. We're gonna go up on our toes, and as we come down, you're gonna push over the top of your toe. And I want you to do this gently, okay? Don't jam your toes into the ground. I'm actually putting just a little bit of effort, just enough so I can feel a stretch to the top of my foot, to that point in my foot, but I'm not jamming my toes, I'm not in pain, nothing like that. So then we're gonna bring it back, and we're going up, and then we're gonna switch down. So as we go up, focusing on really rolling through your feet, and as you go forward, focusing on really stretching out the top of the foot. Yeah, so when we go up, we're stretching the bottom of the foot, and then we're stretching the top. Up, and take your time. Going, little prancing action. Nice. Now we're gonna do that bigger. So you're gonna lift those legs up. So I want you to focus on really using your feet to make this happen. So you're pushing, propelling yourself with the strength of your feet. Propelling, I'm pushing down to switch. And when you do switch, you're rolling down. So your feet are leaving the floor, heel, ball, toe. And when they come down, they're landing toe, ball, heel. Very important to dance, landing and leaving the ground safely, really using your feet. So we're gonna go and switch. And so I'm really using those feet, really using those feet. This reminds me of a horse. I don't know why. Do horses do this? So let's go a little faster. Keep breathing. Nice. Awesome. Let's take it. We're gonna sweep to the side. Twisting that spine so shoulders are down and growing up tall out of your back. Now we're gonna make more of a move out of it. We're gonna bend that opposite leg. Around and around, around, around. Awesome. Okay, everybody. So for the last and final thing that I would like us to do, I love to encourage you to play. That is one of the most important things in life, is to play, that we remember to play, and then we play with ourselves. It's important. So we're gonna play for these last couple minutes, and I want you to just feel the music, move to it. If you wanna call it dancing, if you wanna call it moving, whatever you would like, but I want you to do you for these last couple minutes, okay? So we're gonna have a free flow jam. I'm gonna crank the music. Here we go. You guys, that completes our jam for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay tuned for more. Next class, we're gonna be turning it up with a 90s, 2000s hip hop dance jam, which I am so excited about. I hope you will join us. That's on Friday. So I'll see y'all there. Have a beautiful day, people. You are wonderful.